Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of 5-Minute Conversations. I'm your host, Jason Schemmel. And with me today, my guest is Spencer Combs, who is a powerhouse in the world of business growth and entrepreneurial development, having helped hundreds of entrepreneurs achieve over $200 million in recent sales. As the founder of Spencer Combs Resources, he's made it his mission to transform business leaders through his unique, unshakable framework, which combines momentum-building strategies with mastery-focused systems. His approach is rooted in the belief that professional development always follows personal development, emphasizing that businesses don't grow, people do. So with that, Spencer, how are you? Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you, Jason. Man, obviously you've done your homework. Very nice. Thank you.
I like to know who I want to make sure that first off, I know who's coming on the show, but people get a good idea too. So first off, congrats on all your success, because it's incredible what you've been able to do in helping other people grow. What got you into this line of work?
Honestly, much like other people who have been in this space in terms of like coaching and helping other people through their own path of meandering and foolishness and challenges along the way, I made it a point for me to make sure that I got a better grip on what I was going through, so that other people could then learn from my own mistakes, right? So to rewind the clock a little bit, because I know this is a 5-minute conversation, we're going to be fast about this. I came out of Bible college. I was a messed up young man, got married too early. Then someone saw talent in me, and I ended up in the real estate business. And through that process, I was also introduced to personal development content. And through that, we ended up finding out that really there's 3 critical factors: mindset, mechanics, and movement. So whenever somebody grabs momentum and mastery, they learn about that. And over the years, I've just simply built out these frameworks to help businesses and individuals grow themselves so that their business will grow along with them. It's really just been a progression over the last little over 2 decades now.
That's awesome. And I love your viewpoint on it, where it's just, you've gone through and you have a lot of experiences, you have a lot of knowledge, you know what works and what doesn't work. And you'd rather just pass that on to people and be like, just learn from what I've already gone through so you don't have to do that. And in doing that, they're already a bit farther along than you were at their age too, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. My coming up, it was a lot of confusion in my life, which caused me to become very inconsistent. And then because of that, I was conditioned to have a totally warped sense of what life was supposed to be about. So that's why we spend so much time helping people create the clarity, the consistency, and the conditioning necessary to grow their business and themselves the way that we do.
Right. And you think about it, no matter what business that you're in or what industry you're in, even if it's just growing your own brand online or anything like that, like those are the big 3 things right there. It's the vision, consistency, and I'm sorry, what was the last one?
Conditioning. So you got to be very clear about what you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, if you just try and fly by the seat of your pants, you're going to be bouncing everywhere, especially with all of these influencers and gurus and wizards and all that stuff going, do this. And then tomorrow it's, no, you need to be doing this. And you're like, well, what the hell am I supposed to be doing?
In one of our web classes that we do on a regular basis, we actually talk about a lot of that conflicting advice, things like, you got to set big, ambitious goals, but then at the same time, somebody else will tell you, start small and build from there. Right. Or the ones that'll say, you got to hustle and grind, man. Well, then somebody else will tell you, well, work smarter, not harder, or here's a popular one. I'll quit with this one because there's so many of them, but follow your passion. And then somebody else says, wait, passion don't pay the bills. Right. So what am I supposed to be listening to? The confusion is ridiculous, and the chaos that it creates causes business owners to, have scattered efforts. Their teams are confused and misaligned. They have decision paralysis, financial instability. There's a lot of things that happen because of that lack of clarity. So that's why we're so passionate about doing this kind of stuff, because it's such a need right now.
Oh, it absolutely is. And I honestly don't think it'll ever stop being in need, just because of you think of AI right now and how that's such a huge thing where people are relying on that so much. And it's like AI is great, but it's not the answer. It's not the solution. Just as like we have all of these other super successful people, even the ones that like to just lean up against someone else's car and snap a quick photo and go, I'm successful. And then, follow my stuff. It's like you need someone who actually knows their stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to be able to. You got to keep moving forward, regardless, right? So all the conversations that are out there, people are that they're losing their consistency from this too, because they have no system to keep it going. So if you don't know, I'll put it this way: there's a little format, 4 questions that we talk about.
Go for it.
What do you want? Right? The AI stuff is not going to be able to tell you what you want unless you tell it what you want. Then it gets a little bit easier, but you have to know what you want, why you want that. Can you answer that question? And then who do I have to become? And then how do I make that happen? The AI and the technology is always a leverage discussion on the back end of those questions. It's always, but first you have to start with you being very clear about what do I want? Why do I want that? And then who do I have to become? And then how do I make that happen?
Mm-hmm. So there you go, everyone. You can take this as your first lesson from Spencer to get your stuff going. And then after that, get his book and then start finding him from there so you can get consistency, get that clarity, and start your conditioning, because it's those repetitions over time. It's not just in the gym, it's in business too, to keep you going.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So cool. Well, unfortunately, that is all the time we have here. But Spencer, man, this has been super valuable. Thank you so much. How can everyone find you online? Where can they find the book?
The easiest thing to do would be to go to spencercombs.com. You can get a lot of different things there. The book itself, though, if you get it from me, it's cheaper than going to Amazon. So if you go to momentumandmastery.com, momentumandmastery.com, you'll actually get a digital version as well as the printed version. And at that point, all you're really paying for is the shipping and handling.
There you go. All right, everyone, check out Spencer online. Thanks for tuning in. And Spencer, thank you so much for your time on being on the show.
My pleasure.